Hello, my name is Victor Chavez, and welcome to my analysis of the skill in bowling. It is important to note, individuals have their unique style and approach to bowling. Today I will be demonstrating the classic and popular 3-step approach. This approach involves taking 3 steps forward before releasing the ball with the preferred hand. The order of body parts discussed in this video will be determined by their priority, first of which begins with the arms and hands, next will be the feet, then the legs, knees, and waist, following with the trunk and shoulder, and ending with the head and eyes. This video will be produced into 3 segments, beginning first with the preparation phase. The preparation phase is how the body is positioned before the skill is attempted. Next, I will describe the execution phase. The execution phase is how our body parts orient themselves into performing the skill. Finally, the follow-through phase is how the body is positioned after all the tasks involved in bowling come to an end. All body parts will be described in order of their priority for each of the phases: preparation, execution, and follow-through. So if you're ready, let's go bowling. The preferred hand will have the thumb inside the bottom hole of the bowling ball. The middle and ring fingers go into the holes above. The pinky and index fingers should be placed outstretched to stabilize the ball's weight. Finger positioning will vary from individual. The preferred palm should face up, with the non-preferred hand supporting the ball. Elbows are bent at 90 degrees, with the ball held at chest height or just below the waist. Feet should be placed together in an athletic position, with the preferred foot aligned slightly in front of the other, pointed at the target. The legs and knees should be together, and the waist should not be tense. A very slight bend at the hip is optional for the bowler. The trunk of the body and the bowler's shoulders should be facing the target. The head should be set up slightly over the preferred foot with the eyes on the target. Now we've come to the execution phase. In the execution phase, all the body parts, with the exception of the head, will have 3 parts. For the first part, for the arms and hands, the preferred arm with the bowling ball swings down towards the ground. The opposite arm drops from being flexed at the elbow and comes laterally to the side of the torso. This should happen together in one fluid motion. The second part, for the arms and hands, will have the preferred arm swing the ball behind the body in a pendulum motion. The opposite arm is straight at the elbow and moves out laterally. This is also performed in one fluid motion. In the third part, for the arms and hands, we have the preferred arm swinging forward and releasing the ball close to the ground. The opposite arm reaches laterally and to the back of the body. Part 1 for the feet begins with the preferred foot stepping forward. In part 2 of the feet, the preferred foot has taken its step, and now the opposite foot steps forward into a lunge. Here we see the incorporation of the execution of the arms and hands in parts 1, 2, and leading into 3. The preferred arm swings down and back, the opposite arm comes laterally to the side and slightly back. In part 3 for the feet, the preferred foot also takes a lunge step, but is slightly more pronounced than the opposite foot. The opposite foot swings behind the midline of the body and lands laterally and behind the preferred foot, with the toe touching the ground for balance. The execution phase for the knees, legs, and waist will be taken in one shot to better limit the redundancy in this video and to better demonstrate the flow of all the tasks involved. The preferred leg will take a natural step. The opposite leg will step with a slight lunge. The waist will begin to lean forward. The preferred leg will take a lunge at the knee close to 90 degrees. The opposite leg will cross the back of the midline and land laterally to the opposite side. The trunk and the shoulders should be facing the target. Next, the trunk begins to bend over as the second step begins. As the ball swings back, the shoulders rotate to the preferred side. Finally, the trunk and the shoulders return facing the target. The head should be steady. Eyes track the ball from the hands to the lane, focusing down the lane to the center leading pin. The preferred arm is raised up with the palm facing the ceiling. Non-preferred arm is extended out slightly behind the back of the torso to support the body to stay balanced. The preferred foot is stepped forward and is placed firmly to keep static balance. The opposite foot is placed with the toe on the floor laterally to the side behind the back.